If you've ever felt stuck coming up with nutritious dessert ideas that are free of refined sugars for your kids, then this video is for you. And while the reasons to limit refined sugar intake in kids are plentiful, especially in the first 2 years of life, in reality, it's not always easy to achieve. Especially if you, like me, have somewhat of a sweet tooth yourself and a little one that just wants to eat whatever they see you eating. That's why in this video, I thought I'd share 3 of the easy to make dessert ideas that I turn to whenever I'm looking to make a dessert that's free of refined sugar and that I'll have no problem sharing with my toddler whenever she very insistently asks me to. The first recipe consists of a spinach, mango, and chia seed popsicle that's very similar to the vegan mango smoothie that I often make as a snack, but in a completely different form. Here's what you'll need. 1.5 cups of mangoes, 1 to 2 handfuls of spinach, 4 tablespoons of chia seeds, 1 400 milliliter can of full-fat coconut milk, a dash of lemon juice, and dates if you'd like to sweeten things up. Then simply blend all of your ingredients together and pour your mixture in popsicle molds before placing them in the freezer until they harden, which usually takes about 4 hours. Now, if you don't have any popsicle molds on hand, feel free to improvise. In this case, I've used a silicone ice tray and skewers with the pointy ends cut off. First, freeze your mixture for 30 minutes, then take it out of the freezer, insert the sticks, and allow it to freeze for another 3.5 hours. The end result is a beautiful, creamy, rich, bright green popsicle, which both you and your little one are bound to enjoy. The second recipe consists of apricot energy bites, and I love this recipe because it requires no baking and it takes less than 10 minutes to make, so it's great when you're in pinch. Plus, I can get my little one involved in the process, which is always a plus. Here's what you'll need. 1/2 cup of dried apricots, 1/4 cup of raw almonds, 1/4 cup of walnuts, 4 tablespoons of flax seeds, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon or nutmeg, and some shredded coconut to top it all off. Now start by grinding the flax seeds if yours aren't already pre-ground, and grinding flax seeds helps improve the body's ability to absorb their nutrients. And the reason I do this first is because if I leave this step for later, they might not properly be ground, which is a shame. Then simply add the remaining ingredients and pulse to combine using a food processor, or in my case, a high-speed blender since I don't actually own a food processor. And once the mixture is uniform, take it out of your food processor or blender and roll it into small balls, and then roll these balls into the shredded coconut. These apricot energy bites should last in your refrigerator for 2 to 3 weeks, but if you're anything like me, you may finish them well before that. These fruit roll-ups are the last recipe I'll share in this video, and it's definitely a longer recipe to make, solely because it takes a few hours in the oven. But that said, I find it well worth the wait, as it's super tasty and it makes for a great portable snack. And as an added bonus, it gets my daughter working on her fine motor skills when eating the snack. All you'll need to make this recipe are 4 cups of strawberries and the juice of 1/2 lemon. Start by preheating your oven to 170 degrees Fahrenheit or about 76 degrees Celsius, and line a baking pan with a baking sheet. Then puree your strawberries together with the lemon juice using a high-speed blender or food processor until it's smooth. I used frozen strawberries, so I made sure to let them thaw a little bit before pureeing them in the blender, but if you find that it's not blending up very well, you can add a little bit of water at this point. Then spread your mixture in an even thin layer over your baking sheet and bake for 4 to 5 hours or until the mixture is no longer soft and sticky to the touch. Then remove the baking tray from your oven and allow it to cool before cutting fruit strips and rolling them up. You can do this using any fruit you wish and adjust the sweetness if needed by adding dates to your mixture, but I personally like the taste of the fruit as is, which is why I haven't added any dates to mine. And you might also find that your mixture has become a little bit too hard to roll after it has cooled, and if this is the case, simply take a little bit of water and brush it on top to rehydrate your fruit rolls before rolling them up. Now, if yours, just like mine, don't stick together at the end and kind of unroll, you can use a little bit of string to keep them together. And voila, you now have a 100% fruit roll ready to eat whenever the craving for something sweet rolls around. I hope that these recipes help satisfy both your and your little one's sweet tooth. And if you'd like more ideas like these, make sure to check out the article that accompanies this video, which I've linked in the description box below. And if you have any healthified dessert ideas of your own, please share them down below, because I'm always on the lookout for quick to make, easy dessert ideas, and I'd love to give yours a try. And finally, if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like, no pressure, but I'd really appreciate it because it helps others find this content. And with that said, that's it for today. Until next time, ciao ciao!